Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome back to ETS2. Such a peaceful day it is. And anyway, as you remember from the previous episode, we ended up in OT port in Świnoujście, or something like that. And the other place we've been to last episode was Szczecin, something like that pronunciation probably. Thanks for all the comments, guys, and thanks for trying to help me out, but it's a lost cause. Anyway, we had some trouble in the previous episode to find our next trailer. It was somewhere in OT port, and if you remember, we were looking all throughout this place. So I flew around but didn't see anything, and actually I discovered, what was that? Loan payment. I discovered that it's not really here. It's outside actually. So I had to turn off the sewer mod and everything, and then I found it. It's such a pain, but it turns out we don't really even need that job anymore. But let me show you why. If you go to the freight market, currently this is our intended job, right? Going around like that, but what we really want is to go through Koszalin and Gdynia. But then I actually found something which is more apt, which is this one. Empty pallets going the exact way, because what we were planning was going to OT port. It's actually in Dansk, so it's south of Gdynia, and we just plan to change the route here. But you don't really need that because we have an exact route planned for us, exactly where we wanted to go. So let's go and take that instead. And let me just show you where the missing sewer plate is on the way. By the way, there's an update with Vasily's mod, engine voice records. So the interior should be much louder now, I think. Hopefully. Let's see. Actually, everything has to be louder. Yes, it is, definitely. And if we turn off the engine, yep, it's definitely much more hearable now. Perfect. Much more audible. Even inside, it's... Oh man, I love this. Yep, all the volume has been increased. Perfect. This is 1.7 of Vasily's MAN TGA mod. And even though this is not a TGA, this is actually a TGX, or our truck. As I mentioned previously, we are using... He did actually implement it for all the other MANs as well. So the default MAN TGX, as well as Madster's different MAN trucks. TGX, TG X06, TGA, TGS. I think everything. So that's good. And also the next truck that I'm planning to buy, as I mentioned previously as well, is the Scania T by RJL. And that one also has support for Vasily's Scania mod, Scania sound mod. And it sounds brilliant as well. Might even be a bit better than this one, I'm not really sure. But I would say they're on the same level. So before we pick up our job, let me show you where it is. It's actually over here, the sewer plate. You see that train? The pickup point is somewhere here. Let me try and find it. It should be after this crack. You can't see any sewer plate, right? Because it's underground. But it's there. How irritating. But yeah, that's where we should have picked up our trailer, but then we don't need it anymore, so what the heck. Let's proceed. Beautiful engine sound. Okay. Our axle is still lifted. That's perfect, but we'll have to remember to bring it down later. Although, to be honest, we probably don't need it because we have so many axles. 4. Normally, you have only 2 in trucks, right? Oh crap. Yeah, it's the slowest train ever. I'll have to wait for it. Yeah, normally you have only 2 axles in most European trucks. Like this kind of axle is only for super heavy hauling, which is actually going to be released for ETS2 probably very soon, because I heard that Squirrel already had access to it, so SES already gave him the maybe not exclusive, but or maybe I should have tested if I could go straight, huh? If there was like a wall, or if I could go through the train. For science, man, too bad. Next time I'll try to remember. But yeah, the heavy hauling DLC, I think, is just around the corner if SES has given Squirrel access to it already, and he has shown it on stream. So it might be this week, might be next week. We will see. What the heck is this? Okay, so we'll be picking up the job here. Actually, we'll need to take the ferry, looks like, in order to get to the other side of Świnoujście. Oh man, why do I always forget how to pronounce stuff? I blame these Polish cities. They're just such a pain to to try and pronounce. Okay, so we'll take the ferry to the next island. Why don't they just make a bridge? Yeah, I think it's like a 5-minute journey if you see the map there. Just across the street, maybe 2 blocks away. 10 minutes. Look at that, shortest trip ever. Świnoujście. Forget it, I give up. I studied these already. Like, I've been looking at the Wikipedia page and playing the pronunciation for like 5 times, and then I've done that like two or 3 times, and I still can't remember the darn pronunciation of the thing. Okay, this is good. This is a good job. Oh, it's pretty bright in here. This is actually pretty cool. I like it. This city is pretty unique, to be honest. We don't have a lot of these types of cities. A port which has a ship which you need to take in order to get to the other side of the city, of the same city, that is. It's interesting. Or is there something different with the Świnoujście? Why does it sound Italian when I say it? I would assume it shouldn't sound like that, huh? Alright, let's get going. It should be 6 kilometers away. Hopefully we make it in time. I mean, the trailer itself was like was expiring in around 2 hours, 2 hours plus. So we should be fine there, I think. Yep. Such a humongous port this is. And I still don't know who actually made this. I still have the assumption that this was done by Poland Rebuilding, but I'm still not completely sure, you know, because the style is pretty different from what ProMods usually does. It's also less polished overall, so it's either probably one of the early ProMods works, or this was done by a different team, or mainly the Poland's Rebuilding team, I would say. Oh yeah, did you guys hear that? Vasily also changed the engine brake sound. Later as we go faster, and when I turn on the engine brake, you'll hear it better. That sounds epic. I advise you wear headphones here, just to appreciate the entire sound there. Oh, why are we going around the entire place? Hopefully I'm not too late. Wait a minute. Let me go and check up the map here. Might be going in circles. Like, okay, there we go. That is an interesting spot. Yeah, so this is an isolated place all throughout. So when we're going out, it seems like we'll need to go through the port again, cross over a few blocks, and then carry on. Why the heck do you have that kind of thing? Is that realistic, guys, for our Polish friends out there? Have you ever been to this place? I'm not even going to try and pronounce it anymore. And is it also like this, that you have to take a port to go to the other side of the city? Because it feels like the other side of the city is just isolated. Like this part of the city is just isolated. Interesting. Pretty nice here though. It does indeed look like a city. Looks pretty well lived in as well. Lots of trees on the side, buildings, winding roads. It's a pleasure to drive in, I'll give it that. But I still find the ferry thing weird, even if it is a bit enjoyable and a bit different. Oh, that bus almost hit me. Crap. Oh man. By the way guys, I think I haven't told you yet, but I'm out for the weekend. And as you're watching this, it should probably be the weekend already. So I'll be going back to the Philippines to visit the family. To visit each of our families. What the heck is that? Guys, there's a fire. So I'm doing advanced recording here. Vipadki? I don't know what that means. Maybe caution because there's a pedestrian crossing. What the heck is this? Wow. Right, looks like a huge fire going on. I wonder if you can see the source. We might be able to. Looks like it's over there. Oh, pop, pop, pop. Lot of rubbernecking going on. Rubbernecking is the sure way to get into an accident. Wait a minute. Okay, maybe from here. No. Wrong button. I also hate it that when you go into the console and when you go out, it removes you from gear as if you press the escape button. I'm not sure why it does that, but yeah, there is such a thing. Let's go and have a look what that is. Looks like a huge fire. Are there fire trucks? That's a nice add-on though. Even if it is a bit morbid, you could put it. Probably. Well, the trees kind of covered it, so that's no good. We'll probably get a better angle later. Yeah, once we pick up the job. I'm assuming that won't be leaving anytime soon. Oh, super dark. There. Is this a roundabout? Then why are you telling me to go and cross that that wrong side of the roundabout? Okay, what happened? Wrong button. Sorry about that. Just went into F1 mode. We still see it. Yes, we can. Oh yeah, it looks like we're actually closer now to the fire. And looks like the pickup point is in here. Where exactly? Oh, come on. Here we go again. Actually, it might be on the left here. Wait a minute. One sec. Alright, maybe it's here then? Yeah, this is what I say about the bit of a clunky mechanics, clunky map making. Like the locations aren't accurate, so you don't really know where you're picking stuff up. Maybe it's here. Oh, that's actually a truck by itself. Where are the trailers? Oh my goodness, where is it? Let's have a look again if we're not yet too late. Okay, expires in 50 minutes. Set as GPS destination. Study the map. We're actually... oh, that one. Alright, to the left. So the entrance is actually this one. Alright, we missed it. And the trailer is somewhere... so you see the map, the location itself is not correct in the GPS. Okay, this is our trailer. And the plate is that one, probably. So let's just go around the... you know what? Just teleport here because we're running out of time. The job might expire on us. There we go. So it was over. If you look at the GPS there, it wants me to go straight forward, but then the entrance is far away. So yeah, those kinds of things, unpolished things, that's what I hate. Because it's absolutely confusing. Okay, at least the sewer plate is above ground this time, huh? Okay, freight market. Oh, no other option, too bad. Alright, at least we don't have to rush it. And at least we made it in time, so that's fine. That's good enough for me. There we go. Alright. Finally we found the trailer. We've been out of a job for more than an episode now. And why did this guy park here in the middle of the road? What the heck is up with that? So how the heck can we go around? So there's only one way out, it seems. And the only way out is being blocked by a guy who decided to grab a bite and stop in the middle of the road, probably. Something like that. No? I was thinking that was spot on. Okay, let's give it a bit more space. Okay, maybe that one. There we go. That's better. There's the fire. Actually, this is a pretty good shot. We're actually closer to the fire now. And, wow, it's already been what? Hello? Why isn't my keyboard working? I can't actually move. I'm stuck. Okay, there we go. There it is. Remove that blur. Give it a bit of a wider field of view. Actually, narrower would be better. Go above like that. Let's show everything. That one. Yeah, that one works. A bit wider. Alright, I'm gonna do that. Screenshot done. Finally, we can start worrying about how to get out of this place. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty long job, I would say. And it will take a couple of maneuvers to fix this. But it should be possible. And the force feedback plugin isn't helping one bit. Engine didn't die. It was your imagination. Come on. Why does it seem like the truck actually moved a bit farther and blocked more of the road? Oh. No, I thought it was broken. No. Okay. Seems like we do have enough space, alright. I think so, at least. Yep. No problem. It wasn't a big problem. We had nothing to worry about. Finally, let's get this show on the road. Sorry about the delay, guys. Took quite a bit of time, but we're getting there. We're finally moving and hauling this thing. What is this? I think this is an empty trailer actually, but it's pretty heavy. So it might be made of, I don't know, adamantium or something. Oh no, it has empty pallets, 23 tons. Alright, I got it. A fellow MAN trucker. Problem now is how are we squeezing in here? Because the AI is not one for giving way. Okay, last car, finally. Good. Close that thing. Let's get going. Actually, we had to study the routing first. So yeah, as expected, it's making us take the ferry 10 minutes and then we'll go straight away. Pass through Koszalin. Let's go through that. And then take the S6. There's a stop there. Don't think we need to stop there. And then head over to Gdynia. There we go. 297 kilometers. That seems doable. Let's see how if we can fit that in this episode. And yeah, the fire's still going. And yes, I can definitely feel the weight of the trailer now. And I think I have to lower my axle, right? Yeah. There we go. Axle is lowered. And I'm not sure if realistically you should slow down a bit when you're lowering that down. In terms of the game though, it doesn't really restrict you. Like I think you can lower it regardless of your speed. Because they can easily do that. Like for the new diff lock, the differential lock they implemented, you had to be very slow in order to turn it on. But lowering or raising your axle can be done regardless of speed. So I'm thinking realistically there is no real limit about it. Maybe that's really the case there. Okay, I hope we're still going the right way here because the road is not the most foolproof and idiot-proof design. Alright, we're there. I remember this part. We did the U-turn here somewhere. Wait, are we turning right here? Yeah, I think so. Because the other one is for exiting, this one is for entering. Okay. Let's make sure my trailer fits in there though. This is kind of a tight squeeze. Okay. Ooh, hitting that one. Almost, not quite. Okay, we just fit in here. Oh, this is really cramped. Why the heck would you allow people to park in there? Right. Good thing is we were able to get through without a hitch. Currently, crossing my fingers. Okay. Not even going to turn off my engine anymore because it's just 10 minutes. Świnoujście miasto. Oh, the other one was port. This one was... No, actually, we're going to the port. We are here currently in miasto. Not sure what that means. Is miasto a Polish word? And is that how you pronounce it? That's the question. Takes quite a bit of time to load too. Like, it's an entirely different world. Like you're going to Iceland or something. Actually, you just went for some coffee and you're there. I still don't quite get it. I mean, yeah guys, if you know how this works, do let me know, okay? If you're familiar with the mechanics, if this is a real life thing, let me know. If you really have to take a port to get there, you have to take a ship. How do you pronounce that? Viaz. Viage, probably Viage. And what does that mean? that guy's turning left. Let's make a run for it. For a 23-ton trailer, this actually feels very heavy, interestingly enough. Liska. That looks like a pretty true-to-life company. I don't think I've seen that company before. So yeah, I'm still betting that this is Poland rebuilding team. They do have their own perks, but they have their own quirks as well. So for me, they're not as polished, but they're more adventurous in terms of map layout and map design. That's how I would put it. Like ProMods is very refined, very professional, and most of the stuff are working except when there's a bug. But they try to iron things out and make it as smooth as possible, like the GPS routing, the entrances, the exits, the small roads, things like that. So they really go for perfection. And they're more on the professional side of things, like they want things realistic. Poland rebuilding, from my impression, if this is theirs, seems to be a bit more unpolished. And yeah, we're going to go through the one-way road again. Like, yeah, these things, this is one way, but the GPS is telling us to go here, you know. What is this GPS? Waze or something? Google Maps? Waze is actually pretty smart if you've used it. Waze is one of the best driving apps that I use. I don't use it in Singapore because I don't drive, but when I'm in the Philippines, Waze is perfect. But yeah, let me just finish my train of thought about Poland's rebuilding. So it does look good, and it has some pretty unique road layouts. But yeah, things like that, things like wrong routing of the GPS, making you go through one-way roads, little bugs here and there, missing sewer plates, missing pickup points. Yeah, and it makes everything pretty confusing, and it all adds up. So it's good, but I would prefer a bit more polish. So yes, that's why I think this is Poland's rebuilding. Anyway, back to Waze now. So I'm not sure if Waze is a very famous app. Oh, lots of trains. Yeah, this is what's awesome about Poland's rebuilding, though. This train yard is just epic, and this truck is just this truck in front of us just sucks. Doesn't know how to turn left at all. Oh, we'll never get there. Have to take evasive maneuvers. If you can't overtake from the left, overtake from the right. Yeah, man. Okay, yeah, he still hasn't moved. I'm assuming he'll move now. There we go, he's turning now. But it's too late. Alright, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, this train yard is just on a completely different level. There's not just one train. Like, I think I saw 3 trains in total, all with different looks, all on different tracks. That was amazing. Yeah, so it is pretty cool as well. Has its own perks and quirks. So yes, Waze. I'm not sure if Waze is a global thing now, if it's an app that is used globally. But Waze is a pretty smart solution for driving, for navigation. Like in the Philippines, it's, I guess, it is the most used app, mainly because it takes traffic into account when telling you which way to go. Like normally, in an ideal world, like for example in the GPS in this game, the GPS would have visibility on all the roads, their speed limits probably, and the different one-way and the other intersection type things. I'm assuming we have to go turn right here. Okay. To Koszalin. There you go. I was kind of afraid I was going the wrong way there. Okay, thank goodness this is two-way. So normally GPS routes or GPS devices have visibility only in terms of the road itself. So the roads are pretty static. They do change from time to time, but not a lot. Maybe once every few years, most every few months if there's a reconstruction or rerouting or something, but it doesn't happen very often. So GPS navigation always has those. There's the engine brake. You hear that? That grumble. That low grumble. Yeah, look at the roundabout routing in the GPS here. Pretty clunky. Wants me to go left here. So I think the one-way signals aren't developed in this road at least. Look at this. This truck is actually waiting for us. There's actually some smart AI going on. Wow, what's happening with my words? So yeah, normally you would get the road visibility, and the GPS would tell you which way to go based on which road would take you there fastest, the fastest route or the shortest route, whichever. But then it doesn't take into account traffic. So you might be led to that fastest route in terms of road, but if everyone else is taking the same route, then probably all of you are there. And it might be that because of every one of you is there, it's the traffic is terrible. Waze tries to circumvent that by getting visibility as well on the current traffic levels. So whenever you do something, whenever you plan a route, it would take into account not only the road, not only the speeds and the turns and the connections, but also which roads have heavy traffic, which roads are nice to drive in because there are no cars there currently. And the way it does this is by crowdsourcing. Pretty nice place. Yeah, the way it does this is by crowdsourcing. So everybody who is using the Waze app is transmitting their location somewhat. So if the server sees all of that, it would then know, okay, currently there are X number of people here. It's too much. That means it's traffic. These people are moving at this speed on this road. That's not the normal speed. That means they're stuck in traffic and something has happened. Look at that. Whoa. Yeah, the AI is actually hauling some tanks. So that's what it does. It's crowdsourcing. And that means the more people use the app, the more accurate it is. Because if, for example, only 5 people use it, then the app will only see 5 people on the road and it won't be accurate at all. But as the Waze app grew famous, as people started using it, the accuracy went up because it would be more true to life, more reflective of how many cars are really on the road. And especially in the Philippines, if you use that, because in the Philippines traffic is terrible. It's terrible, especially during rush hour. Like some people get stuck for 3 hours. Like for a normal, if there's no traffic, it's 30 minutes. If it's traffic, it's 3 hours. It's that terrible. It's not only like, I don't know, but some people, especially in really developed cities, they complain a lot. They say, oh man, it's traffic. I got late for 15 minutes. I got delayed for 15 minutes or 20 minutes. What? That's not traffic. Go to Manila. Go to Manila and see how traffic is. That's real traffic. Well, I like this road. I'm assuming we've never been here before. The winding, the road color, very nice to drive in. That was a Renault loading some logs. Interesting. And it's a bit harder to haul. Okay, good. So yes, where was I? Waze. Because of the terrible traffic in Manila, it's perfect for Waze because as many people are using the app, Waze is getting visibility on where the actual traffic points are, and it's suggesting where to go instead. So people then go through alleys and stuff, and they tend to get to their destination faster. It gets scary sometimes though, because it's an automated thing. Sometimes the map contains some roads which are a bit shady, you know? I mean, people don't go there for a reason sometimes. So it might be a pretty dangerous area, you know, things like that. So in the beginning, Waze recommended those roads, which is of course not what we want. Why do I hear footsteps? And they're super loud, like they're inside the truck. Do you guys hear that? Yeah, I climbed the curb there. Just for the sake of the trailer not hitching to anything. I think in this place, the audio, the ambient sounds include footsteps. Guess that's why, to make it seem like it's a busy city. But it's really not. I can't even see one pedestrian here. And this guy is letting me go. Thank you. There we go. So yeah, as the app progressed though, it added more stuff to increase the safety, not only for making you arrive at your destination faster, but making you arrive there alive as well. Did you guys see that tractor just disappear? Like he was here where the bus is currently, and then he just disappeared. It's like, no tractors allowed in this road. Okay, poof. Not sure how that's done, but that's what happened. Right. I wish the footsteps sound would go soon. Not really a fan of it. I don't want people walking inside the truck. So yeah, eventually Waze did add a feature to report certain roads. So they're saying, oh, and intermission. I know this sign now, thanks for telling me. This means 11 people died and 46 got injured in this road. That's what the sign says, or that's what the sign means at least. Isn't this the same road we were in? And what was that? Yeah, there was something crossing, like a fox. I like that. I think we encountered something like that before. I can't remember which country it was, but we saw it. Might have been in Poland as well. Really nice add-ons there. Yeah, and this road is pretty nice as well. Pretty relaxing to drive in. I don't know, some people don't like the winding roads, but I love them. Anyway, let me finish my train of thought before I jump to another topic. I'm trying to stick to one topic at a time, so it's not as confusing. So eventually, in Waze, they allowed you to report those streets that are not dangerous, inaccurate, things like that. And Waze sort of evolved, and now it's pretty reliable, at least in the Philippines. I'm assuming it's the same in other countries. I have heard that it's quite popular in the US as well. In Europe, I'm not really sure. Maybe you guys use a different app. Do let me know if you're familiar with a different app for navigation. Maybe I can use it when I drive there. If I drive there. Yeah, but Waze is pretty spot on in the Philippines and probably in the US. Making you go through detours that are relatively safer. At least for sure faster and just as safe or not as dangerous. So it's a really good app. You need internet connection for it though, because it keeps on getting it continuously gets and updates the traffic situation. So when something goes bad, please let me go left, thank you. It will update you and say, okay, you have to change your route. This road is now ripped. You have to go somewhere else. Train hype? Hopefully this train is faster. Maybe it's the train we left at Świnoujście. No, this is not the one. This is much faster. Cargo rail. Pretty nice. I like that. Cool. So yeah, it's pretty useless to me though in Singapore because I don't really drive here. So there is that. But whenever I go back to the Philippines, I always use it. It's super helpful. Like, you would think you know already the road if you've been living there your entire life, but it's never the same. Always an exciting day in Manila because you never know where there's traffic. Wait a minute, it seems like it's getting dark. What time is it? Oh, it's 6 p.m. Let's turn on our lights here. Alright. And alright, so jumping to the different topic now. Earlier I mentioned something about the winding roads, yes. So I was watching a squirrel stream the other week. He was in ATS and he was driving through Viva Mexico. Now if you remember, we actually drove through that like a few weeks back, like months back probably. A month ago. We drove through Viva Mexico, both the old areas and the new ones. Slow down, cop might come. Oh, actually the speed limit here is 70 even in this town. That's pretty interesting. I would have expected it was 50 because people are there with baby strollers and everything. And there's an IKEA right here on the left. Nice. Koszalin. A train again. So many trains in this place. That one is a passenger train though. Yeah, so we tried Viva Mexico and Squirrel tried it too. And he didn't like the winding roads. And a lot of people in the stream also didn't like them. And he was like, why guys? Why don't you like the winding roads? They're so fun to drive in. Like, maybe not the two sharp ones, but like gradual driving bends like that. Gradual bends, I love those. It just keeps me awake, keeps it exciting because you always have to try and adjust your angle based on the trailer. Like, you can't just go in the head through the bend without thinking about your trailer. You have to plan it, pre-plan it. It's something like, I'm not really an expert about it. Oh, I know what this means now. It means go left, turn left. There's a detour because the road ahead is closed. Thank you for that tip, guys. So there's a thing about it. The closest thing I can probably relate to that is like billiards. Not an expert, but I know the basic concepts. Like, when you're trying to line up your shot, you don't just line your shot for the next ball. You try to line your shot so that you get the next ball in, and then you position yourself to be in a favorable spot for the one after that. So you try to get as many consecutive shots in as you can, right? And you have to pre-plan it. You have to think where you should be so you can adjust where you'll land in. Something like that. So the same goes with trucks. So when you're turning like this, you don't just turn. You sort of give it thought where you have to be so that your trailer doesn't end up in the curb. Now, admittedly, I'm not the best at that, as you guys probably know. Clumsy trucking at its finest. But I am learning bit by bit. So I'm no expert, but I am learning bit by bit, and more or less we are able to avoid accidents mostly. Maybe not mostly, but if we're lucky, we don't get into an accident in each episode. Yeah. Maybe sometimes, but it's livable, I would say. Interesting. This looks like RusMap actually. Maybe that's how I would compare Poland rebuilding stuff to ProMods and RusMap. Like Poland rebuilding is like RusMap and ProMods signatures. Like if you combine both maps, the look of the resulting map would look like Poland rebuilding, minus the polish. Yeah, polish I think needs more work. It's a bit of clunky mechanics happening, but at least this time the roundabout is perfect. It makes me go around the entire place. What's not perfect though is this truck in front of us. I have my doubts that this guy knows how to turn. Rip. Okay, there he goes. 4 hours left in the journey. 2 hours left to go, 154 kilometers, that's fine. Thank you. He's turning right, thank you. This is a pretty big roundabout. One of the 2-lane roundabouts I've seen in the game. One of the few. TrackIR. I wonder what country that's from. I'm assuming that's a real thing, because I think tandems are only available from Jazzicat's trailer pack, and I don't think he'll be making some trailer packs that are fictional. There's that sign again. So there's probably a pedestrian crossing straight ahead. Well, there is, but there is a traffic signal as well. Fine. So wait a minute. I think we've discovered the place, but we do have a question mark there. Alright, I see. And I can't just go right here. I have to go to the left, go under, so I can get to that street over there. I like this city. Somehow I had the impression that Koszalin would be a pretty small city, but it turns out it looks massive. It seems massive. Can I go, please? Thank you. Oh, that's a police car. It's one of those new police cars. Pretty fancy. Good thing we weren't speeding or anything. Right. Is this the right way? Yes, it is. Okay. Now this is one of those smaller roundabouts, but it's not as small. There are much smaller than this one. There are some. I think that was in Italy or somewhere else. But yeah. We've been through much worse. What is this? Seems like a turning lane. Let's let that guy pass. Thank you. Okay. We're good. So now we're under the bridge. That's perfect. Actually, this might be worth a screenshot. As we get to that red area over there, let's try and take a shot. Yes, this looks like perfectly European layout, with varying levels of road. That, I imagine, would be something we would really like. Let's see. And wow, it's been almost 50 minutes I've been recording. And there we go. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Not bad at all. There's even a McDonald's there. It's too wide. Let's go down. Get some of the sun in. Get that McDonald's in. Or maybe not. Maybe this one would work better. Trying to grasp something that would be indicative of the place. Maybe that church. Or it looks like a church. I assume it is. Okay, let's probably take that way. I can't decide. Let's go like this. Okay, I'm happy enough with that. Right, keep on trucking. We should discover it looks like a truck dealer, a DAF. Is it a sign to get a DAF instead? And I think I'll have to turn here to discover it. It's an additional delay, but it's gonna be worth it. Alright. Now I think we'll have to go inside as well, so that we can turn around. Come on, help me. Yeah, this seems like a pretty heavy trailer, interestingly enough. 23 tons, and it's making us really haul for it. But then again, we did downgrade our engine, so maybe there is that. But yeah, I'm actually planning on changing my truck real soon, guys. Maybe next job, actually, even. Maybe after this job, we can try and go to a Scania dealer and get a Scania T. That's my current plan, at least. Do let me know if you have any other truck suggestions, okay? Scania T, then maybe a DAF later on. I did hear about the DAF, the new DAF XF that was released. It's, for me, it mostly still looks the same. There are differences in the exterior, probably in the front, in the grille area, but most of the signature XF Euro 6 look is still there. So it's not like it's a whole new look. It's just a new release that's more fuel efficient, better this, better that. So it's like an incremental upgrade, if you ask me. It's not like the new Scania, the next generation Scania. That's a real different look and different interior and stuff. But then again, the DAF XF does look awesome already, so I have no complaints there. I guess I was just expecting more because of the hype. Like they had this, I'm following the DAF Facebook and Twitter pages, and they've had these teasers that they've been trying to build up the hype for the new truck. Release in 1 day, release in 2 days, things like that. And then when it finally got released, I was expecting something completely new, and turns out it was a bit of a incremental upgrade. So I was not amazed at it, but it kind of looks okay. I was just too hyped about it, I guess. Look at that. Yeah, actually the AI does stop now properly, and that's what I was saying. Why I'm comparing it to RusMap. Why I'm saying it has a bit of RusMap feel to it, because of those cars, those not civilians but pedestrians on the side. Weird skipping. Uwaga. Okay, go straight. Right is closed. And rightly so. It's not on the map. Obvious. Obvious? Still don't know the Polish rules of reading. There are a lot I'm expecting. Can we go? Let me go and check out my beacons 1 sec. Yeah, the long beacon still doesn't work. Good thing we have those 2 side beacons. Those 2 small beacons, rather. Yup, this is definitely a humongous city. Definitely. We haven't left it even, I think. Yeah, still 152 kilometers away. Man, does that mean we'll have to continue in the next episode? Because it might get too long. Crap. And these stoplights are not helping at all. It's fine. We're enjoying the trip, aren't we? Say yes. Yeah, the box trailer isn't really built for this truck. There's a huge gap in between, and there's we don't have that spoiler to help with the aerodynamics and stuff, but it's okay. It's there. It's working more or less, so it's fine. this side. Actually, the guy won't let me pass. Okay, here we go. Yeah, the engine brake is a lot more subtle now. Like if you don't have your bass, you probably won't even hear it on your speakerphone. But I'll try and tell you when I turn it on, so you'll keep your ears peeled, if that's the term for it. Keep your ears open. No, that's not the term for it. I don't know what the term is. Right. Leaving the city, entering these winding roads again. Looks like we're in for a long episode, guys. Sorry about that. Hopefully you're fine. Leaving the city, finally. Back into some... Whoa. Okay, thank goodness there's no hitbox there. Otherwise, would have been some nasty damage to our truck passing through that bush thingy. It's a bit slopey in here. And guys, do tell me if the volume is a bit loud for the engine, alright? Because the overall volume did increase, but I did adjust. Oh crap, this is a merging lane. We'll be here forever if we don't stop one of these trucks, one of these cars. After this guy, probably. Oh, thank you. Right. And because I stopped that car, these guys are trying to merge in now. So you have to sort of save them for them to start moving. And they don't really care about you, so they won't let you go first. That's how it goes. Love it. It's getting dark though, that's unfortunate. It's been a nice sightseeing tour, I would say, even if you do have a job. And it looks like the place up ahead is pretty steep based on that sign. Yeah, it does look like it. Actually not stepping on anything anymore. Engine brake, retarder, cruise control it. Okay, there we go. That has us more or less set. Yep, so no gas at all. Not stepping on the accelerator at all. At least it's evening out now. And Dansk is straight ahead. 20.1 degrees Celsius. Or 29.8. Whoa, 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 whoa. Almost hit this guy. Whoa. Yep. Pretty bugged there. Platform 9 3/4. Is that the right one? Platform 9 3/4. Harry Potter. Oh, look at the sun there. Beautiful. Beautiful sunset. Also, incidentally, guys, if you've been scouring through the ETS2 forums, the SES forums for ETS2, you might have seen Kirill's post, Jerscania Trucker. I'm trying to overtake this guy, but I can't. Yeah, I can't. He's turning right though. Thank you. Perfect. Right, let me continue with this. So I did see his post. I advise you to go and do the same. Go and check out SES forums, ETS2, and he has a post there called Foggy Weather for ETS2, something like that. No. Okay, fine. And in there, he does show some screenshots of these beautiful landscapes and beautiful skyboxes, because he's changing actually all of the skyboxes and adding so many new ones. Like, the skyboxes currently in ETS2 are beautiful already, but based on the screenshots he's given, it will be even better. What's that ad? That's weird. Like, there's also a moon in it, like in ATS. And the clouds just look majestic. It's totally on a different level. Look at this guy. He tried to overtake, but he ended up with these double strips, so he had to merge in out of nowhere. Wrong gear. Sorry about that. And this looks like the small detour. Diagnostini or something. Looks like a small town. Maybe we should have gone there. That looked actually pretty nice. It's also nice looking here though, with the bridge and everything. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with this one here. Right. So yeah, sorry guys. It will be the longest episode ever, I think. You'll have to bear with me in this one, but I think it's better if you finish this episode off. I actually didn't expect that because the journey was 200 kilometers only. But then again, it was through winding roads, and that sort of really slows it down. Makes it more enjoyable though, at least in my opinion. Let me know if you have any. In comments. But yeah, look at that skybox. That looks good, right? That looks awesome. Kirill, what Kirill is doing, what Jerskania Trucker is working on. It's gonna be even better. And I can't wait to try it out. He also has different versions for different seasons. I'm not sure, I think he's working on summer currently. Maybe by the time he's finished, it's going to be summer. Because it's taking a while because he's doing so much. And we don't want to rush that. Look at these wind turbines. They look really awesome. They look like planes, like rotor planes. I like that look. Pretty unique. Oh, there are even more there. Wow. This is like wind turbine country. They even have those lights for the red lights, so that planes won't hit them. Pretty nice. I like. Overtake. No. Okay, fine. So I am really excited to see that. It looks really good. Wait a minute. Did we miss something? Why is it trying to let me go there? Oh, okay, that one. Scared. When I looked at the map, it said 200 plus kilometers. I was like, what the heck? Wasn't I moving at all or something? Right, we're almost there, guys. Won't be so bad. We're almost late as well, so there is that, but I think we'll make it just in time. There we go, engine brake. There's also the switch that you can visibly, audibly hear. And then there's a grumble that's less audible, but it sounds so perfect if you hear it in headphones, using headphones. Well, for sure, I'm not the expert here, so I don't really know if that's accurate or not, but it does sound awesome. And if Madster approves, I would assume that it's the real thing. It's the real deal. Stations here are nice. Pretty unique looking. Unique brands and everything. It does look like there's fog already though, huh? It must be from Grimes, the subtle fog in there. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how the foggy weather would look here, because foggy weather is actually a misnomer. It's actually not it's not only fog anymore. It's actually changing the climate as well, the overall look, the overall color of the entire visual feel, the skyboxes and everything. So everything that has, oh man, got caught by that police van again. Everything that has something to do with the climate, that's what Kirill is affecting. Okay, gave me away, I'm not sure why, but fine. And I wasn't sure when it actually went to 50, because weirdly enough, what did it hit? I didn't hit anyone. Until now, I don't see it. Oh, I hate it. Hopefully there's no damage. Okay, there's none. It's good. Yeah, I didn't even see when the speed limit went down to 50. Because when we entered the roundabout, it was 80 again. Like, and you would think like 80 on a roundabout. Are you for real? Just like zipping through there or something. I have no clue how that goes. Nice moving ads here. Look at that. Autolux. Is that a real thing? I would assume it is. Actually, there are 2 discoverables here. So we can actually go straight. Looks like. One sec, let me turn on the map here. No. We can discover that one, but the other one I think is inside this place. So we'll have to get that next episode. Let's go through here in the meantime. Passing through, and it is full on night now. I'm assuming it's around what, 8 p.m, 9 p.m. Let's have a look. 8 p.m. Yep. No sun at all. Just in time to deliver the shipment and get some sleep and end the episode. Almost there. 50 speed limit. We're good. And green is on our side. Thank you. This one though, not so much. Actually, it is. Wow. This is like what's that game where you're a hacker and you can drive cars and turn the lights green. It got a sequel recently. Watch Dogs there. Yeah, Watch Dogs. The concept of that game was pretty nice, although I guess the implementation wasn't that cool. Like, it appeared to be much cooler in the trailers and in the previews, but when the actual game came, you weren't as powerful, or it wasn't as cool what you could do, or it became a bit repetitive. I think that was the main flaw in it. Wow, this truck. Can you go any slower, please? Alright, I'm hoping this isn't one of those terrible parking areas. Also, I'm not sure, but we might have entered ProMods country already, or maybe default SES. I'm not really sure. It does feel like it's a bit more safer in terms of the layout, the city layout. It's a bit more standard. It doesn't have those unique road layouts, but it seems to be more polished as well. So it does seem like we've gone out of the Poland's rebuilding territory. That gate though is not the best placement. Although, no, I think it's fine. I was thinking the gate was floating, but it was actually not. It just had a stand, had a leg. Okay, this looks like a pretty straightforward route. Parking spot. Should be somewhere inside there. I'm going to miss this truck. When we get our Scania T, I would love it. But at the same time, it's a bittersweet feeling. You know what I mean? I know some people really like this truck as well. But yeah, we have to keep on moving. Where the heck is our spot? Is it here? Okay. Oh, it's there. You see it? Turn on the beacons. There. You see it? And this is a tip from Jesse, I think. Turning on the beacons can actually provide some light source. So that helps a lot. And I'm gonna hit this car. Right. The most awkward parking spot ever. Will have to blindside this. Yeah, bro, I'm outside. Hold your horses. One sec, I'm almost there. Can't see squat though. Okay, let's try this out. I think that's going through a bit sharper than I intended. Yeah, it looks like we'll be hitting that trailer at this rate. Yep, it's too sharp. So I am seeing something. I can barely make anything out of it. It's like all shadows and stuff. But that's what you get when you deliver your cargo at night. Let's try to do this first person still though. Come on, don't turn so much. Like that, yeah. Okay. Have to zoom it up like there. I hope there was a toggle for the zoom. Oh, there we are. Are we close at all? Can't even see it. And the engine died. I think we hit it. I think we hit the edge. Okay. Let's see what we can do about this one. So I'm thinking, because we can hardly see where it is, I think we can go and turn like so. Make sure not hit that van though. Where the heck is our stop? Go inside like this. Come on. That seems right. Not really. Super far away. Alright. Oh, we can go through here, I think. Yeah, there's this side. There is this side as well. Going up through here should give us a bit of leeway. We're good with the car. Not gonna hit anything. Good. Yeah. Just there and correct this angle like so. Wow, it's ready for unloading. That's too far though. Let me try and correct it a bit more. There we go, that's much better. Not the most perfect parking, but I think it will do. It's relatively parallel. Yeah? I'm happy with that. Turn off our beacons. And finally, we did it. Excellent. 297 kilometers, not late, 8k euros. We did get a penalty for speeding and hitting an invisible car, but what the heck, right? Anyway, we did it. Let me just go and park up somewhere. You know what? Let's discover that thing. Since this is the longest episode already anyway. Let's give it everything. Let's finish this. At least by next episode, we're ready to move on to the next place. And we'll have to sleep anyway, so yeah. Let's go and explore this spot. Whoop, 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 whoop. Barely missed. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm ready to move on to another truck. As awesome as this truck is, I think I want to go back to a Scania again. I don't know, it's been a while, hasn't it? Hasn't it been? Like, we drove a Scania 4 Series. We then drove, what was next after that? A DAF XF, I think? Or DAF XF 105? Oh, this is a pretty busy intersection. There are no traffic lights, I think. And then we drove a Volvo, probably. And then we switched to a MAN, or did we have something in between? I think something like that. Or we did have a Merc truck as well, but I think the Merc came before the 4 Series. So I think it's just, well, that we go back to a Scania now. It's time. It's been a while. I am missing the Scania sound. So what we'll do is we'll try and, wow. So I'm assuming we can't go that way, huh? This is pretty nice. And those people are actually walking around carrying signs. Oh, it's a Volvo. Alright. Detour then. I like that. I like that. Even though it's static, like, those guys will be forever be on strike. I think it's a pretty nice add-on. Makes you think on your feet where you have to go. Those things, if they could be dynamic, that would be perfect, you know. If that could be adjusted accordingly and switched on and off depending on some random factor, that would be awesome. What is this? A garage. I can probably buy this because our base is in Luxembourg and I need another garage. We might be able to buy this. I'll have to check though if this is default SCS place or not. It might not be. And there is no sleeping area here, so we'll have to turn around and go back. Wait, let me see. Let me try this. Can I pass through this strike area, so to speak? I'm expecting I'll encounter a bit of difficulty with those cars, but the curb is wide open. Yeah. For some evasive maneuvers. Yep. Just passing through. Now where's that sleeping area? That inn, hotel, whatever that is. There it is. Okay. And we can skip over these speed bumps like so. Probably not how you should do them, but it's night anyway. No one's looking. Alright. Finally time to sleep. So I'll go and look if this standard default SCS city. If it is, then we can buy that garage on the next block. If it's not, then we'll have to go to a default SCS city and buy a garage there. So that will be safe. Even if ProMods gets disabled somehow, we can still retain our trucks and garages. Right, 10:40, perfect time to sleep. And now we at least see the city in daylight. We'll go and explore it a bit more when we get to the next episode. Alright guys? Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one. It was the longest one ever. One of the longest probably. But hopefully you still enjoyed. Thank you for watching. And if you did like the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more updates. In the meantime, this is the Clumsy Geek signing off. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Really looking forward to the next truck as well. Let me know if you have any comments. Clumsy trucking everyone, and bye bye.